Long career, man. Thank you.
Hey guys, we got Eric Norris and Alon Michaela here. Go ahead and open up for questions.
Barrington, you guys had 54 points in the paint tonight. Just how impactful was the offense, and how dialed into the game plan were you guys, whether you're able to kind of live there and get good shots at the rim?
Yeah, we were definitely dialed in. It was a big emphasis of us to really attack the paint and put pressure on their guards and challenge them to really defend. We understood that they gave up a lot of points in their past 3 games, so we wanted to really push the tempo and really push and see how physical we can be and set the tone there.
Barrington, obviously this week in practice had talked about defense and focus on defense. You know, still 87 points for them, but the shooting percentage was down. Still was under their scoring average. Seemed like you were more active defensively. Did you guys feel like you did, you know, despite the 87 points, do you feel like you guys did put together a better defensive effort tonight?
I think yes, all in all we did do better defensively. We definitely tried to limit transition buckets, but also just knowing that defense comes with offense. So we also put ourselves in some tough positions, which is why they were able to get up to 87 with blocked shots and a little bit of turnovers. So we understood that kind of affected their percentage and affected the amount that they scored. But we were very, very pleased with how we got back in transition and really tried to stay locked in on the scouting report.
Alone for you, you started getting some consistent minutes in the last game, and now in this game you get 20 points. How have you felt about your last 2 games, and how do you feel about your trajectory right now?
About what? I'm sorry, the second part?
The second part is just about your trajectory right now moving forward and how you can build off of this.
You're rising. You're going up.
Oh,
Trending up.
yeah, like you said, I had first game I had a little injury in my ankle. Then we got back second game. Felt comfortable playing with all the guys. And I don't know, I just feel like I have the back from the coaching staff and my teammates and my coaches putting trust in me. And yeah, I'm just trying to play hard and perform well and just help us win.
Alone, you know, similar question. I mean, just you got here late in the summer, meeting all your teammates and everything. Like you said, you missed the first game. How much more comfortable are you just with, you know, what you're doing at practice and in games at this point?
Yeah, like you said, I got here later than everybody. And first of all, I just want to say that my teammates just welcomed me very well after being here late. And yeah, just trying to push myself in practice and work hard. Yeah.
Barrington, you had 11 assists tonight. What was working well for your passing ability?
Really just being aggressive, allowing the defense to feel like I was being a threat getting to those spots, and then they were overhelping. So I had threats all around me. I had some shooters, and I also had my guys rolling to the basket. So yeah, just being aggressive.
You guys got 45 points from the freshmen tonight, Barrington. I know you've only played with these guys for 3 games, but how much growth have you seen from the freshmen from the Montana State game to now?
Oh yeah, the growth it's consistent, and I mean like every day in practice we're in there pushing those guys, and they're trying to go against our vets, and they're trying to challenge us. So I mean we definitely see it every day, and then the game reps are coming, so they're starting to get more comfortable. You see Isaiah is getting more comfortable as it gets, and then now you see Alone coming along. Then you also have guys like Jalen Holland, Josiah Sanders that come and give us really good minutes and really stable on the defensive end. So I think that our freshman depth really shows up constantly, and we're going to keep on pushing them in practice.
Alone, obviously you've had some big games throughout your career going back to Israel, but when you compare tonight's atmosphere in the event center back to some of those professional and international games, how does it kind of differ?
I mean, first of all, it's way bigger arena, a lot of crowd. I don't know, I just love the atmosphere. I feel like I saw a lot of people showed up today to the game, and that's just great atmosphere. And he's just trying to take it like to a fun place. I mean, it's a privilege to play in this big arena, a lot of fans. So it's just good, and I'm trying to enjoy it as much as I can.
Barrington, Providence is one of the fastest-paced teams in the country. You seem to really, enjoy that mojo tonight. Kind of get more comfortable with the team around you. Do you look forward to these types of games where you're, in transition a lot on the fast break?
Oh yeah. I definitely feel like that also plays into how we want to play. I mean, Coach Boyle preaches how fast we want to play and how we want to put these teams on their heels. I mean, they're coming down the boulder, coming to our elevation. So we're gonna really try to up the tempo of the game. And if we felt like Providence wanted to play fast, but we still wanted to play faster. So that was kind of our mentality going into it, and I love it. And I think that our guys really got up for it, and we were really able to match that pace.
Barrington, we saw you retreat to the locker room for a little bit and work something out on the bike. Were you 100% healthy tonight? What was kind of?
Oh yeah. I was dealing with some cramping. I started with some leg cramping, but we were able to get that under control once I got back to the medical room.
And then this is, you play again on Monday. At kind of a track meet of a game tonight. This is kind of the first sort of quick turnaround so far this season. What do you guys have to do to, kind of bounce back and get right back at it and be ready for Monday?
We just gotta stay locked in, stay sharp, stay hungry, and stay humble. Because I mean, the things that we did, we just gotta build upon that and allow that to keep going throughout the season.
Okay, thanks guys, appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Great.
Sir, thanks.
Yeah, career. Well, you better figure out what that Raleigh and Steve. Yeah, I got you.
Hey everybody, we've got head coach Tad Boyle. Coach would like to start with an opening statement. We'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, great team victory tonight. I'm really proud of our guys. The one thing I knew about our team, we learned it in Australia this summer, is how tough they are and how much they like to compete. And it doesn't matter who they're playing, where they're playing, or when they're playing. And I challenged them with that tonight. They responded. We beat a good Providence team. Kim English is a hell of a coach. They got a hell of a program. I don't think people in Colorado understand the tradition and the pride that Providence has in their basketball program and the history that they have. And, when I was a kid growing up in Greeley, Colorado, one of my favorite players played for the Atlanta Hawks. His name is Lenny Wilkins, and we just lost him, and he was a Providence player. And I'd forgotten that, until his passing. But, my hat's off to them. They're going to win a lot of Big East games if they stick together and keep playing together, because they got a lot of talent. We knew that, but so do we. And so, good hard-fought win against a quality team, quality program, quality coach, and I wish them nothing but the best as they progress through their season. And I know they feel the same way about us, because there's a lot of mutual respect and love and admiration that we have for each other.
Tad, obviously defense was kind of the theme of the week in practice for you guys. I know the scoreboard says 87, but you seemed 87 points. You seem more active.
Yep.
The shooting percentages were down. How did you feel about the defensive effort?
I felt like our scouting report defense took a step forward tonight, major step forward. So that's the good news. Now we got to talk about playing defense without fouling. Because now again, some nights are going to be like that, and Providence has got really good guards who know how to score and know how to get to the free throw line. We got to figure out now how to guard without fouling, and once we figure that out, we got a chance to be pretty good. But again, the other thing I like about our team is just our attention to the scouting report tonight, and you could just see it, you could sense it, you could feel it, and so it's one of the things I think I'm gonna really enjoy coaching this team is their willingness and their desire to get better, and we got better tonight defensively, even though. Yeah, 87 points doesn't look like it, but I thought we took a step in the right direction.
Had 54 points in the paint. Obviously, Elijah alone combined for 37. Just felt like you guys were making an effort to kind of take advantage of maybe some size you had down there. Just what did you see from the offense and getting the ball, working it deep?
Yeah, it's funny. After the Eastern Washington game, we went into that film session that I prepared them for, and I asked everybody in the room, what I had written up on the board. The night before when we played Eastern Washington, I guess it was a 2 o'clock game. Not one guy could tell me what were our 3 keys to offense to beat Eastern Washington? What are the 3 keys on defense? They couldn't tell me, which means they're not listening. So tonight, you know, one of the keys offensively for us tonight was we want to dominate the paint. And the way we do that is get the ball inside to our bigs, drive it, kick it, you know, but we want to attack the paint. We attack the paint. Good things usually happen for your offense. So that to me is another step in the right direction, you know, and so I was proud of our guys for that. But it was definitely part of the game plan was to go inside, and because I think we feel like with our bigs, you know, because you look at obviously Elijah, Alone, Bangat, Sebi, all 4 of those guys can score inside and can put pressure on the rim inside, and it's going to be an important part of our offense as we move forward.
Was Nate more animated than normal tonight? Did this mean a lot to him?
It meant a lot to Nate. Obviously, he left Providence. He and Kim English are very good friends. Obviously, he left Colorado 4 years ago to go with Kim to his first head coaching job at George Mason. So, yeah, it meant a lot to him. The game meant a lot to Kim. It means to all of us. But obviously, him coming from Providence the last 2 years, he knows how good they are, and yeah, it meant a lot to him. The other thing that, you know, I gotta mention, and another reason I'm so proud tonight is, you know, I missed practice yesterday, and I missed shoot around today because I've been a little under the weather. I went and got an IV today, and it changed my whole feeling. I'm a little queasy in my stomach, but the fact that, you know, the head coach misses a practice the day before, the shooter on the day of, and our players respond the way they do. A lot of credit goes to our players, and a lot of credit goes to our staff, not just Coach Tomlinson, but every coach on our staff had our guys ready to go. And that just shows you that this is a team, and nobody's bigger than the team, myself included. And so I was really, really proud of our players and our coaches tonight. This win had nothing to do with Tad Boyle. It had everything to do with our players and our coaching staff.
Coach, I asked a similar question to Alone earlier, but now he's getting his minutes increased, and then he gets 20 points today. How are you feeling about him, and what is his trajectory now? What does this launch him to?
Look, we know Alone can be a great player here. We knew that when we recruited him. Obviously, he didn't play the first game, had a twisted ankle. Second game, his limited minutes, foul trouble tonight. He ended up with 4 fouls, but you know, he finished. He made his free throws. So the thing that makes this team so potent and so dangerous as we progress through the season is we're deep. You know, we got guys like Alone coming off the bench. You got a guy like Isaiah Johnson coming off the bench. Like, we've got depth. You know, Jalen Holland gave us good minutes tonight. We got guys that aren't playing. Ian Inman didn't play much. Andrew Crawford didn't play at all. Like, we've got guys on that bench that are capable players that may not get the minutes on certain nights, but we got a lot of different guys that can help this team win, both offensively and defensively. And if we can stay together collectively, we'll progress and get better as the season goes on. It's a long season, and you never know what's going to happen.
Coach, Barrington had 11 assists, which was the most since McKinley Wright. Would you kind of think of that performance and his ability to distribute the ball?
Yeah, look, his 11 assists to 1 turnover. We see his assist-to-turnover ratio in practice. I thought Barrington really played within himself. Here's a guy who averaged 20 points a game and had the burden of scoring the ball last 2 years on his team at Riverside, and that burden's been lifted off him. He's obviously capable of shooting the ball. We saw that tonight. His mid-range game is pretty elite. You know, if we can get him to get to the foul line like Isaiah Johnson and Isaiah to get a mid-range game like Barrington, like, those are the things you want from your players, is to learn from each other. Hey, what makes Barrington good? What makes Isaiah good? And those are just 2 examples. Same thing can be said for our post guys. You know, what makes BD good? What makes Elijah good? What makes Alone good? If they can learn from each other, they'll become better players. And we got to learn from our opponents as well. You know, but I thought Isaiah Johnson getting to the free throw line, you know, down the stretch, we made, 14 out of the last 15 free throws? 15 out of 16. That's big time for a young team. Big time in a high-level game.
Coach, Elijah Malone, another incredible night tonight.
Yeah.
You know, you've seen these first 3 games, he's just stepped up every single night.
Yep.
17 points, plus 15. Even hit a three
Yep.
in the second half there. Can you just speak on his role on this team? It's not just a leader, but just like the way he's dominated on the court so far this season.
Yeah, you see a different care factor out of Elijah this year for whatever reason. Maybe because he knows it's his last year of college basketball. But he feels much more comfortable, much more confident, and he is playing for the team. He's not playing for himself. He's a selfless leader, and I couldn't be more proud of him. And he's everyone on our team brings value. And Elijah Malone being our only senior, when he plays with that kind of desire and toughness, and you hear his voice every single day in practice now and timeouts, I can't say enough about him.
Tad, you got the game now on Monday, kind of looking forward here. Kind of the first taste of a kind of quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Just had a track meet sort of a game. You got all these young guys. What's kind of the key or the message the next couple of days to be ready again on Monday?
Two things. We're going to take tomorrow off because I want them to rest. I want them to be mentally ready to go, physically ready to go on Sunday for practice, because we'll have 1 day of prep, 1 day of practice for Alabama State. The second thing I would say, Pat, is every one of our players that comes to Colorado, they come here because they want to be a pro. They want to play professional basketball at some place, sometime in their life. Well, to be a pro, you got to be an everyday guy. You got to be a guy that can take a day off, get 1 day of prep, and come out and play with the same kind of intensity, focus, desire on Monday night against Alabama State as you did, tonight against Providence. So that's going to be the challenge to our team. You want to be a pro, act like a pro, practice like a pro, play like a pro, and not let that variance creep in based on who we're playing or where we're playing them. And Alabama State is just as important as Providence, and it's the most important game on our schedule because it's the next game. And if they will take that approach as we go through this season, we'll have some consistency and maybe stay away from the inconsistencies. We still haven't blown anybody out. I mean, we didn't blow Providence out tonight. It just we kind of outlasted them. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know anything about Alabama State other than I'm sure they're very, very well coached and got good players. Everybody in college basketball is good players, but that's our challenge.
It's been you don't often get high quality opponents to come here to events that are non-conference play. What did it mean to kind of live up to a magnitude of a game like this and have your guys play the way they did? Get a good crowd tonight. What did that all mean to you?
Yeah, look, Providence has hard time getting home games. They're a good program. Nobody wants to go into Providence and play on the road non-conference. You go through the blue bloods or whatever you want to call them in college basketball and find out how many people are playing true road games. True road games. Not neutral court, not, made for TV matchups. Do your research. I'm just challenging you guys. Not very many. Providence isn't afraid. They weren't afraid to come here. Guess what? Next year, we're not afraid to go there. They're looking for quality home games just like we are. I think, and I can't speak for Kim and what they're thinking, but I'm thinking, Colorado's got, a bunch of young guys and might be able to come in here and sneak one out. And next year, I don't know what Providence's roster is going to look like. Hell, I don't know what our roster is going to look like. But we're going to return the game, and they're going to try to put it to us just like they did tonight. But to get quality home and homes, it's really hard in college basketball. It's not like you just pick up the phone and say, hey, you want to come to Boulder and do a home and home? It doesn't work like that. I wish it did. We'd have a lot more quality opponents in here.
I know you talked about the depth, but there was a brief moment where Barrington left the game and Isaiah picked up 3 fouls. When those two aren't in the game, you have Josiah and Felix in the game running the backcourt. Could you speak on that lineup and what they can bring? Yeah, look, I got a lot of confidence in Felix and Josiah. So, you're exactly right. Barrington went out. Josiah picked up his third, got him on the bench for a quick blow, and just say, understand, you got to play without fouling as you go back out. Because the thing is, you got to go out there and play without fouling, but you still got to play defense. And that's something these young guys maybe haven't experienced. So, Josiah, Jalen, Felix, all those guys, I got a lot of confidence in every single one of them. Like I said before, I got confidence in guys that aren't even playing. We've kind of gone to a 9-man rotation. I talked about that with my individual meetings with our players, but Josiah's in it, and he's a quality ball handler, strong with the ball. He rebounds.
does a lot of good things for this team. So I got confidence in both him and Felix, running that show when Barrington and Isaiah are out. Hopefully we don't have to have both those guys out very often, but when we do, hey, let's hook it up.
Final question, Riley. Go ahead.
After the game tonight and the way you guys played and how young this team is, there's a lot of excitement around this team and program right now amongst the fan base. What excites you the most about this team?
The upside, the potential. How good can we get between right now, November 14th, and when the season's over with? How much improvement can we make? And, the thing that excites me the most is we still got a long way to go. We still got the ceiling for this team, both offensively and defensively, is really, really high. And I think our fans understand that. I think it's important that our fans show up. So my challenge is to the fans, hey, Monday's Alabama State. It's just as important as Providence. Like, don't take the bait. Come support this team, watch this team grow, and because they deserve your support. And the fans that were here tonight were great. It's a great environment. I want the CU Event Center sold out again. And until we do, I'll keep challenging our fans to do it. But the ones that are showing up, my hat's off to them. I love them, appreciate them. But we need more. We need this place rocking and rolling because this can be a really, really fun team to watch this year.
Okay.
Thank you.
Coach.